بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأصلي وأسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى أهله وصحبه أجمعين. ما بعد. Abridged Biography of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Tasir Rasul by Imam Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab at-Tamimi, was born 1215 and died 1206 after Hijrah. The boycott of Banu Hashim in the canyon. When they, both believer and disbeliever, agreed to protect the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Quraysh gathered and agreed that they will not sit with them, nor will they make contracts with them, nor enter their house until they deliver them the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to be killed. And they wrote a document to this effect, in which there were contract and covenant never to accept any peace agreement with Banu Hashim, nor to show any kindness of or comparison or compassion until they handed him over to be killed. So Abu Talib ordered them to go to a canyon belonging to him, and they remained there for 3 years, while the hardships they suffered increased in severity. They closed the markets to them, and they will not food to enter Makkah, nor to be sold therein until they bought it, and they will not allow anything of it to reach Banu Hashim, so that the voice of the woman could be heard from beyond the canyon, crying out in hunger. And they increased their persecution of those who had embraced Islam and had not entered the canyon, and kept them prisoner. The trial was a great one, and they were severely distressed thereby. And when the people took their places to sleep at night, Abu Talib will order the Messenger of Allah to sleep on his mattress, so that it will be seen by anyone who intended to assassinate him. Then once the people had slept, he would order one of his sons, his brothers, or his nephews to sleep on the mattress of the Messenger of Allah, and he would order him to sleep on one of the mattresses. Regarding this, Abu Talib composed some poetic verses known as Qasid al-Lamiyya, which are well known. When I saw the people without love, and they had cut off all means of communication, and declared hostility and harm, and obeyed the commands of the enemy, I was patient with them, and kind and white-hearted, as required by our culture. I brought my family close to the house of Allah, and held fast the covering of the Kaaba, in order to connect with Allah. I seek refuge with the Lord of mankind from every evil slanderer, and every person who will foster us with evil suggestion, and from one who displays hatred and fury towards us, and from one who attributes religion that which is not part of it, by Mount the Daur, and him who fixed Mount Dabir in its place, and by him who ascended and descended from Hira, and by the house of Allah, by the right of the house in the center of Makkah. And I swear by Allah, Allah is not unmindful. And I swear by the black stone when they wipe it and surround it in the forenoon and the afternoon. And I swear by the footprints of Abraham in the mud, when he made standing barefoot unshod. And I swear by the circuit between As-Safa and Al-Marwa, and the image and idols therein, and by the farthest station when they turn towards it, and by every pilgrim to the house of Allah, including every rider, every person fulfilling a vow, and every pedestrian, and by the night of gathering, and the way station in Mina. Is there anything more sacred and of higher status? And after swearing by these things, is there any greater refuge than through these things? And is one who seeks refuge and fears Allah just? You, O Quraysh, have lied by the house of Allah. We will not leave Makkah and depart, for your affairs are in confusion. You have lied. We swear by the house of Allah, we will not abandon Muhammad. We will protect him and fight for him, and we will not submit him to you until we die. We die surrounding him, forgetting even our children and our wives. Our people will fight with him with iron sword, raising the banners of war over clanking armor. And we promise by Allah that if what I expect occurs, we will mix our swords with those of our enemies. In the hands of a youth, a shooting star. My brother is truthful, protect the truth, and is courageous. No nation abandons a leader who protects the honor, except those who cut off are indifferent. Blameless and honorable, seeking enclosed by his containers, friend of the orphans and protector of the widows. The fearful and weak from the family of Hashim flee to him. In his sight they are esteemed and virtuous. Utuba, do not listen to the words of our enemy about us, envious and truthful, hateful and perfidious. Abu Sufyan passed on from me in this den. أي نعم أيوة نعم أبو سفيان pass me with this. As did the leader from among the major disputers, you flee to Najd and its cold waters, and you think that I do not know about you. Mut'im, the people told you of their plan, but if I am devoured, you will not eat of the breakfast. May Allah recompense Abdul Salam, Abdul Shams, and Anofal for what they did against us, with an evil punishment sooner rather than later. Abdul Manaf, you are the best of your people. So not outside every interloper as part of your religion, until recently you are the fuel for the pot, and now you are the bearer of fuel for pot and cauldrons. For every friend and relative we expected help, but in the end we found it was of no avail, except that a group from Kilab bin Murrah declared themselves innocent of those who abandoned us. What an excellent man is nephew of the tribe, who does not lie. Zuhair, a unique sword from among. By my life I was given a difficult responsibility in caring for Ahmad and his brothers in faith. It is the way of love which maintains close relations. Who is there like him in whom we may place our hopes? If the judges were to compare with him others, he is gentle, noble, and just. Not fickle, he believes in God who is not unmindful. By Allah, if it were not that I will suffer slander from our elders in the meeting places, I will have followed him in all circumstances, at all times, in all seriousness. They know that our son is held by us to be truthful, and he does not concern himself with the sayings of the false people. I turned towards him and I reported him. I defended him with my family and our lives.